in the heart of the whispering woods, where ancient trees whispered secrets to the wind and shadows danced like forgotten dreams, a tiny cry pierced the silence. It wasn't the hoot of an owl or the rustle of leaves, it was the desperate wail of a lost baby bear, alone and terrified. Little did anyone know, this cry would summon a brave young girl named Anna, pulling her into an adventure that would change her life forever. But as the sun dipped low, casting long shadows over the forest floor, Anna stepped into the unknown, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. What she found would test her courage and reveal the magic hidden in the wild. Anna was no ordinary girl. At 12 years old, she lived on the edge of the whispering woods with her grandmother in a cozy cottage made of stone and thatch. Her days were filled with chores, tending the garden, fetching water from the stream, and listening to Grandma's tales of enchanted forests and mythical creatures. Anna had wild curly hair the color of autumn leaves, freckles splashed across her nose like stars, and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. She dreamed of adventures beyond the safe boundaries of her home, where the woods began their mysterious sprawl. One day, she'd whisper to herself while staring at the tree line, "I'll explore those woods and discover something extraordinary." That fateful afternoon started like any other. Anna was picking wild berries near the forest's edge when she heard the soft, pitiful whimpering. At first, she thought it was a kitten or perhaps a wounded bird. But as she crept closer, pushing aside thorny bushes, the sounds grew clearer. A baby bear's cries. Her heart skipped a beat. Bears were rare in these parts, and everyone knew to stay away from them. Grandma had warned her countless times. The woods are full of wonders, Anna, but also dangers. Never venture too deep alone. Yet, the cries tugged at her soul. How could she ignore a helpless creature? Peering through the foliage, Anna spotted him, a fluffy brown cub, no bigger than a large puppy, huddled under a fallen log. His fur was matted with mud, and his big black eyes were wide with fear. He pawed at the ground weakly, calling out for his mother, who was nowhere in sight. Anna's mind raced. What if the mother bear was nearby? Stories of protective mama bears flashed through her thoughts, but the cub looked so vulnerable. "It's okay, little one," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I won't hurt you." Slowly, she extended a handful of berries. The cub sniffed the air, then inched forward, his tiny nose twitching. He gobbled them up, and in that moment, a bond formed. Anna named him Berry, for the treat that won his trust. But trust came with responsibility. The sun was setting, and the woods grew darker. Anna knew she couldn't leave Berry alone. Predators like wolves or foxes might find him. "I'll take you home," she decided, scooping him up gently. He was heavier than he looked, wriggling in her arms with soft grunts. As she turned back toward the cottage, a low growl echoed from the depths of the forest. Anna froze. Was that the mother, or something worse? Her adventure had just begun, and already the woods seemed alive with unseen eyes watching her every move. Back at the cottage, Grandma's eyes widened when Anna burst through the door with Berry in tow. "Child, what have you done?" she exclaimed, her wrinkled hands flying to her mouth. Berry, sensing the tension, let out a small roar that sounded more like a squeak. Grandma, wise and kind, examined the cub. "He's lost, all right. Probably separated during a storm last night. We must return him to his family before trouble finds us." Anna's face fell. She had already grown attached to the fluffy bundle, imagining him as her pet. But Grandma was right, the woods had rules, and breaking them could invite chaos. That night, as rain pattered on the roof, Anna couldn't sleep. Berry curled up by the fire, snoring softly, his little paws twitching in dreams. She stroked his fur, whispering stories of brave explorers. "We'll find your mama tomorrow," she promised. But deep down, doubt crept in. The whispering woods were vast, filled with twisting paths, hidden ravines, and legends of guardian spirits. What if they got lost? What if they encountered the infamous shadow wolf, a beast said to prowl the underbrush, preying on the weak? At dawn, armed with a satchel of food, a lantern, and Grandma's map etched on old parchment, Anna set out with Berry. Grandma insisted on staying behind. Her old bones couldn't handle the trek, but she gave Anna a silver whistle. Blow this if you're in grave danger. The woods listen to those who respect them. Berry rode on Anna's shoulders, his claws gently gripping her sweater. The forest welcomed them with a chorus of birdsong, sunlight filtering through the canopy like golden threads. Their journey led them deeper than Anna had ever gone. The paths narrowed, overgrown with vines that seemed to reach out like fingers. Berry's ears perked up at familiar scents, guiding them toward a babbling brook. There, they found fresh paw prints, large ones, likely the mother's. Hope surged in Anna's chest. We're on the right track, she cheered, splashing water on her face. But as they crossed the brook, disaster struck. A slippery rock sent Anna tumbling into the water, and Berry slipped from her grasp, rolling down a muddy slope. Berry, Anna cried, scrambling after him. The slope led to a hidden glade, where Berry landed softly in a bed of ferns. But they weren't alone. Circling the cub was a sly fox, its eyes gleaming with hunger. The fox snarled, baring sharp teeth. Anna's heart thundered. She grabbed a stick, waving it wildly. "Get away from him," she shouted. Berry whimpered, backing toward her. The fox lunged, but Anna swung the stick, connecting with a thud. The fox yelped and fled into the bushes. Breathless, Anna hugged Berry tight. "You're safe now," she murmured. In that moment, she realized the woods weren't just magical, they were ruthless, testing those who dared enter. Emboldened by her victory, they pressed on. The map led to an ancient oak, its trunk as wide as a house, said to be the heart of the forest. There, amid the roots, they found clues, tufts of bare fur and scratched bark. Berry sniffed excitedly, letting out joyful barks. But as dusk approached, a storm brewed, thunder rumbling like a giant's growl. Rain poured down, turning the ground to mud. Anna and Berry sought shelter in a cave, huddling together for warmth. In the dim light, Anna shared her berries with him, singing a lullaby Grandma taught her. Berry nuzzled her hand, his warmth chasing away the chill. "We're a team," she said. For the first time, Anna felt truly brave, not from stories, but from within. The next morning, the storm had cleared, revealing a rainbow arching over the woods. Following Berry's instincts, they climbed a hill overlooking a meadow. There, grazing on honey from a beehive, was a massive mama bear. Her fur was a deep chocolate brown, and her eyes scanned the horizon with worry. Berry let out a triumphant cry, bounding down the hill. The mama bear's head snapped up, and she roared a sound that shook the leaves. Anna held her breath, stepping back slowly. But the reunion was pure magic. The mama bear nuzzled Berry, licking his fur clean, while he bounced around her paws in delight. Tears welled in Anna's eyes. She had found Berry's family, but saying goodbye hurt more than she imagined. As she turned to leave, the mama bear approached, her massive form gentle. She sniffed Anna, then nudged her with a soft paw, as if in thanks. In that instant, Anna understood the woods' whispers. They spoke of balance, kindness, and the bonds that transcend species. Blowing the silver whistle once for good luck, Anna waved farewell. "Take care, Berry," she called. The bears vanished into the trees, leaving Anna with a heart full of wonder. Returning home, Anna burst into the cottage, stories spilling from her lips. Grandma listened with a knowing smile. "You've grown, child. The woods have taught you well." From that day on, Anna's adventures didn't end. They multiplied. She explored with respect, sharing her tales with villagers, inspiring others to cherish the wild. And sometimes, on quiet nights, she'd hear a distant robbery, perhaps remembering his friend. In the end, Anna learned that true courage isn't about facing danger alone, but about helping those who can't help themselves. The Whispering Woods held many secrets, but the greatest was the magic of compassion. And so, the girl and the lost baby bear became a legend, whispered among the trees for generations to come.